For today's video issue of Breakthrough Marketing Secrets, we're going to talk about a really powerful copywriting strategy called sequence of beliefs. And I'm going to come at it from three angles for you. One is from Clayton Makepeace, from a project that I was working on with Clayton, where he, very early on in the project, helped me define the entire vision or the entire direction of the project based on asking one important question. The second is from Dan Kennedy, a quote from a book of his that I am rereading right now. And the third is actually one of my own examples from a program that I put together called High Velocity Copywriting, where I talk about this exact same thing and teach it from my own perspective. So first off, the Clayton Makepeace example, and I have my own note card for this. So if I keep looking down, I want to get the quotes right here. So number one, I was working with Clayton Makepeace on this project, and it was very early on, and we were really trying to establish the direction, not just the direction, like the big idea of the promo, but how are we going to lay out this idea in such a way that we made sure that the prospect was going to want to respond. And Clayton asked me this question, and it just really struck me and stuck with me. And here's the question: what do I, your prospect, have to believe to be true before I'll be interested in your offer? So it's like a list of beliefs. What are the things that I'm going to have to believe as your prospect in order for me to be interested in whatever offer you're going to put in front of me today? And so it's pretty straightforward. It's a good question. What do I have to believe if you want to sell me this financial newsletter? What do I have to believe? Not just that, okay, you have a stock picking newsletter, whatever. It might be that, okay, there's a condition in the marketplace that's created a brand new opportunity, and the opportunity is absolutely can't fail because of this. You as whatever expert are the one who is uniquely able to help me take advantage of this opportunity. You have better perspective on it, better experience, better whatever that gives you an advantage versus everybody else, including me, including all your competitors. And you have put this, you've captured this advantage in whatever format and made it available to me. And if I take you up on this offer, then I'm going to be able to take advantage of this situation in the market and make a bunch of money too. So like there's a sequence of beliefs there that have to be true in order for you to want to respond. And then this was reflected. I like I said, I'm rereading the Dan Kennedy book, Speak to Sell, and he talks about structuring your speech, and he says that it's actually really based on the same fundamental structure as a sales letter. If you want to sell with a speech, all that you're doing is selling in a different media. In this case, standing in front of a room on the platform, trying to make sales that way. So Dan says there are a few key ideas, and there should only be a few, that you seek audience grasp of that stack establishing need and desire for what is being sold. Again, sequence of beliefs. There are a few key ideas, and there should only be a few that you seek audience grasp of that stack establishing need and desire for what is being sold. And in fact, I'm gonna flip to page 107 in this book, and I'm going to read you even more. It's super powerful stuff here. So he's talking about in his speech selling the magnetic marketing program, which he delivered basically the same speech for I think 10 years on the success events, and was one of the top sellers there. He said, number one, in this speech, what you're doing now to get customers is frustrating, hit or miss, costly, making you weary and sick. Number two, it's not your fault. Everybody but me, everybody who has led you to what you do now is an idiot or a charlatan. Number three, there is a better way. There is a simple formula with 3 parts: message, market, media. Number four, you need a compelling marketing message, including at least a unique selling proposition and a call to action. Number five, you need to target market to ideal prospects, not mass market like a goof. And number six, you need to use media to deliver your message efficiently to your target market. Look at this cool direct mail example. And he actually goes down, I don't want to read the whole next page, but basically he breaks down what agreements are being established and why that leads people to purchase magnetic marketing. And he says, if, however, I delivered a really interesting and instructional speech about marketing, not structurally engineered to get these 4 agreements, and I did not stack items 1 through 6 on top of each other as foundation, and wasn't able to refer back to them during the core commercial, and then just tacked a pitch for the product on the end, I would fail. And he said, let me be very clear. I sold more per event and out-earned by the year quite a few professional speaker peers who were much better speakers per se than I was or am now. I did not accomplish this by pre-existing fame. Many were more famous than I. I did not accomplish this by circumstances. We sold in the same venues to the same people. I did not accomplish this by talent. I have little, just highly developed purpose skill. I accomplished this by the specific success factors in this chapter, including, importantly, the structure of my speeches, which he based around this concept that you see on your screen, sequence of beliefs. And so Clayton Makepeace, one of the top A-list direct response copywriters out there, teaches me personally sequence of beliefs. Dan Kennedy, in selling $150 million worth of products from the stage or via speeches, teaches sequence of beliefs. And actually, I'm going to give you a sequence of beliefs that is out of my high velocity copywriting training program. Let me flip over to the screenshot of the mind map here. What you see here, I in this program, I actually broke down the selling process using 3 different big idea types, like the only 3 categories of big ideas that really exist. And I applied how you would go through a promotion for each one of those 3 big idea types, following the AIDA formula: get attention, build interest and desire, and stimulate action. So this is the sequence of beliefs on the right-hand side. You grab attention and open the sale by establishing these beliefs. This is worth your time and readership or viewership. I'm a credible authority to deliver this message. I can offer a desired outcome, and that's seen from an emotional and practical perspective. These are the beliefs that people have to have to give you their attention for the length of a sales message. Then the beliefs that they have to build the interest and desire are that my core promise as the salesperson is proven and believable. Your objections about the general proposition are addressed, and you can let go of your limiting beliefs about whatever it is that I'm talking to you about. And then the way that you stimulate action and make an irresistible offer and close the sale are with these beliefs. This is an incredible value. You can take action today risk-free, and you must take urgent action now. Now, in that program, I actually went into a lot more detail in that. I went into, actually in that program, I also cover Clayton Makepeace's outline that made my copywriting career by helping me write my first multi-million-dollar promos, or my first, the promos the multiple promos that I wrote that made $1 million or more each. For the first few years of my copywriting were all based on the Clayton Makepeace outline. And I got Clayton's permission to teach that as well. And that has an overview of sequence of beliefs from a little bit different perspective still. So, if my experience says sequence of beliefs work, and really understanding sequence of beliefs was the start of my highly successful direct response copywriting career, and people who are much better, more successful copywriters than me, Clayton Makepeace and Dan Kennedy, also are teaching sequence of beliefs. It seems like this is something that as direct response copywriters, as marketers, as people who are speaking to sell, as anybody delivering a persuasive message in any media, that this is something that we really need to pay attention to, we need to really focus on, and we need to think about when we are putting together our persuasive messages. And in fact, as I'm talking to you right now, I have a project where I know that I've nailed the lead, I've nailed the opening, I've nailed the big idea, and I actually have an entire draft of this project that the rest of the stuff feels a little bit off. And I, fortuitously came across and was reminded of this whole sequence of beliefs idea at the time where I was thinking, okay, where do I go from this new lead to loop in all of these other ideas that I had in place to get to the irresistible offer that I have for the prospect? And I'll tell you what, all that I had to do was be reminded of the sequence of beliefs to be able to sit down and say, okay, that's my big idea. This is how I introduce the concept. And then what next? Let's quote Clayton Makepeace, what do I, your prospect, have to believe to be true? And I'll add the word next before I'll be interested in your offer. So I have great opening. Now I have to look back at everything that I've done and say, okay, what are the sequence of beliefs that I really need to establish? And how can I use that copy in the first draft to establish those? What additional copy needs to be written? Like, how can I really make sure that I nail that sequence of beliefs in order to convert the sale? So thanks, Clayton. Thanks, Dan, for the inspiration for these. I hope for you as the viewer, you found this valuable and you are going to immediately start using sequence of beliefs as a concept, as a strategy to write more effective copy, to put together more persuasive selling messages. If you do want help, I'll make sure to include the links to Dan's book, Speak to Sell, and to my training that covers my own outlines as well as the Clayton Makepeace outline with this video. And if you want more from me, you can also go to breakthroughmarketingsecrets.com. If you're not yet an email subscriber, also subscribe to me on YouTube for more videos. Monday through Thursday through Breakthrough Marketing Secrets, I publish an article covering marketing, copywriting, selling, business building, direct response, and more. And on Fridays, I release videos on many of the same topics and personal development. So with that, again, I'm Roy Furr. Thank you for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you again next time.